Hello and welcome. Today we are going to carry on with insomnia theme, and today we are going to look closer at burnout. What actually burnout is, where it comes from, and what can we do about it. So let's look at burnout from an energetical point of view and psychological point of view. So if we look at psychological point of view, so the burnout is the state of the chronic exhaustion. You are chronically tired, you are constantly on the go, and burnout is caused by prolonged stress. So you are constantly in the heightened state of cortisol. So that's the burnout. Um, the burnout energetically is the energy in your body that is usually accumulated around your solar plexus. So solar plexus is the part of your belly where our willpower is situated, where our control is situated, our ego is situated. It's very masculine energy orientated place. So where does the burnout come from? The burnout comes from very deep trauma in your childhood. So I'm going to give you a few examples of clients that I work in as a hypnotherapist, where we established where the childhood trauma started as burnout, and how energetically I could transform it and change it through hypnotherapy and energetic healing, um, using a lot of methods of healing. One of them was listening to healing meditations. So let's look at examples of burnout. So burnout has got a lot of faces, guys. One of them is being an overachiever. So if you are a person who constantly wants to overachieve, who is constantly on the go, that can be the foundation of it can be deep trauma coming from childhood, where you have been programmed to never resting, always achieving, always driving for success, because this is how you believed that you will be loved. So more I'm going to do, more I'm going to please my carers, parents, or whoever was looking after you, then I'm going to be praised. And this is the kind of love that is going to be presented to me. So overachievers definitely is one of the faces of the burnout. We have also people who are perfectionists. So something like this does not exist. It's a very masculine energy where somebody has taken away control from you and taught you that searching and chasing perfection is the way to be loved. The next one we can have people pleasers. That also is the very deeply rooted trauma. It's an example of somebody who went through deeply rooted trauma in childhood, where your value or who you were as a child did not matter. You could be somebody who looked after younger siblings or looked after parents, so you had to be a parent to somebody else. So in this way, you decided that, well, you did not decide it, you were programmed. You were made to believe that feeling enough and being loved, or through circumstances of your life, because your parents have been ill, or you had to take responsibility of being a parent in a household. Through this way, you started to devaluate yourself, and you started to believe that other people are more important, which leads only to one thing, that mostly people on this planet, with all the clients that I have been seeing for many, many years, it's only one thing: I am not good enough. And people pleasing is one of the faces of burnout, and one of the faces of feeling I'm not good enough. Another one, we are having something that I experience in life myself, which is hyper independence. And if you look closer into hyper independence from psychological and energetical point of view, hyper independence will always lead to burnout, because you're always chasing something that does not exist, which is the void, the feeling of I'm not good enough, there is no one for me. So I have to constantly be alerted to do everything on my own, because I have been brought up in a household where there was emotional deprivation or financial deprivation. I went through the consciousness of poverty, when somebody or circumstances of life showed me that I am not good enough, I am not lovable. So I have to be super independent to actually look after myself. So let's look at one of the examples here that I said, which is overachiever. So somebody who grew up in a house where success and being successful was the theme. So if a child is brought up in a house where success and a drive and thriving to have financial needs balanced, and prosperity and wealth is something that is more important than covering or fulfilling child's emotional needs, then this child is going to breathe and eat success, because that's the programming of your brain that you started in you when you were 4, 5, 6. It happened all the time. Your parents or your dad or whoever in the family was a high achiever. There were conversation about it at the table. You have been compared to a younger brother, older brother, or whatever who is higher achiever. So in this way, as adults, you constantly excessively work. So you're constantly and excessively feeling not good enough because somebody made you feel like that. So where does this burnout come from? So remember that at night, when we connected to insomnia, at night your body actually doesn't know how to relax. Your body doesn't know what to do about resting, because you are overthinking, you are over planning, you are thinking, I should have done this better, I should have done that better, how to do things better in the future. So your nervous system is constantly alerted. It's in fight or flight mode, and cortisol level is on the rise. So your body only knows how to overthink, how to be ready to be on the go, not actually be ready to have peaceful sleep. So it's massive imbalance between feminine and masculine energy. So if we talk energetically about insomnia and anything on this planet that is really connected to a human being, there's always some kind of imbalance between masculine and feminine energy that is in us. Everyone has got masculine and feminine energy, no matter whether you are a man or a woman. So the function of those energies is completely different, because one of the function of masculine energy is the drive, is a doer. However, if we constantly doing something and we will not allow ourselves to rest, then the burnout comes in and our body is not able to relax and sleep. And this energy is accumulated in us. And the moment we are going to look into our childhood, look into our programming, then transformation happen with a specialist. If you don't do anything about it, that can cause obviously some other issues, illnesses. It will weigh on your mental health. So let's look at something that I am very familiar with, which is another example of burnout, which is hyper independence. So hyper independent children are children who were brought up in a household where no one gave them any attention, or attention was very, very little. And I'm talking here not only about physical attention, but also about especially emotional deprivation. So if you have been deprived emotionally because mom, dad were not emotionally available, or they were not at home because they were working, or you had to look after younger siblings, or you had nannies or something like that, you are programmed to believe that you are the only person on the planet to help yourself. So what's a hyper independent person is a yes person, a person who never stops, a person who is constantly on the go, and that definitely impacts your sleep, that definitely impacts your nervous system, but also is something that it was for me, it doesn't have to be for you, but I also came from home where guilt and shame has been connected to rest. So in my home, in my childhood home, we could not rest. We always had to do something. Women had to do something all the time, clean, cook, be on the go, work. So we have never had the time to actually rest. So our feminine energy that is responsible for rest, for peace, for harmony, has been so broken, has been so wounded, has been so disconnected from us that we believed we are super women and we have to be on the go all the time. So we turned into this little masculine energy, being a man. So how does that impact your sleep? Your body never stops. Your body never stops. Your body doesn't know actually how to rest. And that obviously can cause a lot of mental issues, breakdown, many things, because you actually do not understand why you are doing it. You know something here is wrong, but you do not understand why. So seeing a specialist, definitely seeing a hypnotherapist or seeing any other specialist, or even looking at patterns of your burnout, patterns of your family home. What were women like in my home? This is how I looked into it. Like what was this generational karma on my mother's side? How women positioned themselves, what was the role of feminine energy, and things like that. That helped me a lot to actually establish that I have an issue and I have to go and do something about it. So let's look at another example, which is quite common with especially with women, with women who are the eldest sisters, or women or men who are eldest brothers. Not as much, but eldest sisters, yes. So we are talking about being caregiver. So being caregiver, you had to become a parent to your parents or to your siblings from very early age. So what you have learned, actually how you were programmed, is to suppress your own needs and to stay hyper alerted to somebody's needs. So as an adult, you possibly are worried all the time about your parents. You are anxious about your siblings. Constantly you want to solve the problems, forgetting about yourself. So at night, your nervous system stays wired all the time. You never switch off. and you're constantly waiting for crisis. You're constantly waiting to solve some problem. You're constantly waiting to solve not your problems, because somebody's always come first, because this is what you have been taught from very, very early age. So as an adult, you still carry for siblings. As an adult, also at work, you are as a yes lady. You will make coffee for everyone, cook lunch for everyone, bring something from home because there is this colleague that didn't eat for 2 days, or going through the crisis, and things like that. Okay, so this is one. So being a caregiver is unfortunately one of the phases of burnout, which is quite deep trauma, guys. It's coming from really, really big neglect, whether that's emotional neglect or physical neglect or spiritual neglect, any neglect that has happened in your life that made you believe that you are not good enough, that made you believe that you need to chase love, because obviously as children we don't know how to give love to ourselves. So we need caregiver, we need the balanced and present mother and a balanced and present father to give us what we actually need to be balanced and present people. So how actually, what can we do about it? Let's think. Okay, so this is always the question that I asked myself. So what can I do about my issues? And we are going through a massive theme of meditations, and we are going through a massive theme of energy, Reiki healing, shamanic healing, all those healings. So I started to look deeper into meditations. I've been meditating for years, but I've been looking for many years also for meditations that are self-healing. So certain things, I went to a specialist. I had a lot of sessions of hypnotherapy, and I really liked that. Helped me a lot, but didn't help me completely, because hypnotherapy also has got its limits, unfortunately. So I looked closer into energy healing. I looked closer into meditations, and I couldn't find a lot of things for myself. So I started to make meditations myself. So the meditations that I make are meditations that are trauma related meditations. When you tap into your inner child, when you tap into your childhood trauma, and you actually heal it yourself. So through my voice, you are going to listen to a recording many times, and you are going to actually journal or write down any thoughts that will come to you over the next days or weeks, sometimes months, because those meditations connect to your nervous system. The meditations tap into your subconscious, and all the trauma is stored in our subconscious mind. So those meditations, please look into them. I will leave the link for the burnout meditation. I listen to them on my own. I make them, I listen to them on my own. Whatever I need, I make myself, for myself, because we go through a lot of phases in life, and obviously circumstances of life stretch us and push us to learning different lessons. So please look into it. I hope that this simple explanation in this video helped you, but I always believe there is help there, and help doesn't need to be through the pill. I know that, I work with people who haven't slept for months and years. It impacts their mental health. So I always say there is help up there, and you don't have to go to your doctor to poison you, right? This is what this is about. We don't need a pill. We just need the solution, and solution is healing your trauma. So you are going to think, if that this video resonates with you, you are going to think, how can I heal my trauma in an organic way? And there are many ways of doing it. So thank you guys, and I see you in our next video about insomnia and other things I'm going to talk about and make videos about self-healing and about becoming the best version of yourself without programming and actually finding yourself back. So thank you and see you next time. Bye bye.